Good evening. I'm Pam Fluette, the CEO of Tidemark Federal Credit Union. Welcome to our first virtual annual meeting. Participants will be muted during the meeting. However, you may submit questions and comments by clicking on the chat box on your screen. We asked members to submit questions in advance of the meeting, and we'll be responding to those during the meeting. Questions submitted during the live session will be addressed after the meeting via email to all participants. During the meeting, you will be asked to vote on a few matters. The motion will appear on your screen. Please click yes or no. While we are collecting votes, we'll try to answer questions. I'd like to introduce John Lewis, our board chairman, to start the meeting.
Mr. Secretary, is a quorum of our members present?
Yes, Mr. President, we have a quorum.
I declare the 61st annual meeting of our members of Tidemark Federal Credit Union in session. I'd like to welcome everybody to our annual meeting. This one's going to be a little different than anything we've ever had. We start planning for these like in January or April or May, and we had the virus certainly come along, so we kept postponing till we got to the point where we had to have our annual meeting. So we're going to try to do the best we can with this. We enjoy our meetings. We like to share the information that we have to our membership, which is our owners. So welcome. Please refer to the annual meeting booklet for the minutes of the 60th anniversary meeting. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
I motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
All in favor, click yes. Those opposed, click no.
I'll take the opportunity to answer a few questions while we wait for the vote to be counted. First question. Why hasn't the Millsboro branch been opened? The Millsboro branch houses our entire member service center and our remote teller operation. Due to the number of people who occupy the building, in order to ensure their safety and continued service to our members, we felt it necessary to keep the building closed. The Long Neck branch is within reasonable driving distance, and the drive-through express teller machine is still open to our members. Second question, when will the branches open again on Friday night and Saturday? Due to the staffing numbers, we don't anticipate that happening anytime soon. Later in the meeting, I'll address how COVID has changed the face of service for all financial institutions. If you have strong feelings about the extended hours in the branches, one way or the other, please comment in the chat box. Back to you, John.
Mr. Secretary, do we have the count on the vote?
Yes, Mr. President, the vote was approved. Counts will be reflected in the minutes of the meeting.
Please refer to the links on your screen for the board and supervisor committee reports. These reports are provided to all members in advance to our annual meeting. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the reports.
I motion to accept the reports.
I second.
Those in favor to accept the reports, click yes. Those opposed, click no.
We'll answer another question while we collect the vote. What are you doing to help borrowers whose jobs are impacted by COVID? We've done several things to help our members. We offered up to 3 months of extensions to any borrower who could demonstrate that their income was affected by COVID. That means that a borrower could skip up to 3 payments. We had many members take advantage of this offer, with some skipping 1 or 2 payments and a few skipping 3. Some members have requested more than the 3-payment limit. We can't continue skipping payments without proof that payments will resume within a reasonable period of time. However, we are willing to look at each case individually to determine how we can help. If, for example, your income has been reduced due to COVID, we can determine if we can restructure your payments. We also offer the SBA Payroll Protection Program to our members. We made over $10 million in loans to members under this program. We expect most, if not all, to qualify for total loan forgiveness. Many contractors, self-employed, and business members were able to take advantage of this program. Back to you, John.
Mr. Secretary, do we have a count on the vote?
The vote was approved. Council will be reflected in the minutes meeting.
Thank you, Wayne. At this time, I'd like to introduce our board and our supervisory committee. Charlie Gleason, Junior Vice President. George Bush, Treasurer. Wayne Obermeyer, Secretary. And members Teddy Matthews, Bob Ingram, and Hannah Cabrera. Lisa DeJesus is an associate board member at this time. Our supervisory committee, chairman is Ted Matthews, and Franks, Bob Scannell, and Aaron Chaffage. There's three other people I'd like to recognize while we're talking about our board and supervisory committee. That's Wilton Porter and Richard Sames. They passed away in the last year. They were two of our first members of our credit union. They'll certainly be missed. And Alan Riley. Alan Riley passed away within the last year. Alan worked for us about 15 years. He was in charge of all our buildings, all our new buildings, and a lot of other things. Alan did a super job for us over the years, and he was really a classy person. We all miss him. He was the person that the girls would run to if they had a personal problem, this, that, and the other. And he got cancer a few months ago, and he passed away. And he was a lot of fun also on his job. I'm going to tell you a real quick story about Alan. We went to a meeting at Dover Downs, and they gave away a couple of door prizes. Alan won a basket or bucket of golf balls. He came down the elevator. When the elevator door opened, he stepped out, and golf balls went everywhere at Dover Downs. There's a couple fellows with him, picked them all up. Alan tried to pay them each $20 because he picked up all his golf balls. But things like that. He just was a nice fellow and did a good job for us. Alan was responsible of two of our new beautiful buildings that we love. One is on Route 54, Selbyville. The other one is at Long Neck. Here's a picture of the exterior of the building. And here's a picture of the interior. At this time, I'd like to introduce Pam Flouette, our CEO, will provide updates and answer any questions. She'll have a brief speech, scholarship awards, and any questions you have.
Thank you, John. COVID will forever change how many people conduct their banking business. Many years back, Tidemark started working toward a digital strategy of serving our members, first with the installation of express teller machines, then with smart offices, then with upgrading all of our electronic services. In the near future, you will be able to chat with us by video from your mobile phone and transfer funds instantly with Zelle. Today, you never need to visit a branch to do business with us, but we certainly will warmly welcome and expertly service you if you wish to. COVID has also resulted in a flight to safety for many consumers. We started 2020 as a $290 million credit union, and by July, due to COVID, our assets grew to $338 million, an increase of $48 million. While exciting in many ways, it also presents a challenge to us. When funds come in, we have to place them in either loans or investments. The loan market is highly competitive, making it difficult and time-consuming to lend funds. If we can't put the funds into loans, we have to invest them. Taking a look at Treasury yields over the past few years, you'll see that they've plummeted with the COVID crisis. We generally invest in instruments with a slight yield over Treasury and with a maximum maturity around the 5 to 6 year mark. In December 2018, the 5-year Treasury earned 2.75%. This declined to only 0.26% in September 1st of 2020. We can't even pay your dividends with that rate. While all financial institutions are facing a serious threat to profitability as a result of rate reductions, Tidemark is fortunate to have very strong capital to easily carry us through this. Our business model has also stressed tightly controlled operating expenses. As shown, we spend approximately $4 million less in operating expense than our peer group. This will serve us very well in this market. We also provide a higher dividend payout to our members compared to the peer average. Approximately $900,000 more in 2019. And last, we are not a fee-based financial institution. Our fees are approximately $2 million lower than the peer. There have been and might continue to be dividend rate reductions as low interest rates continue to impact all of us. We are committed to pay the best rates we can under the circumstances. Moving on to our staff, I want to thank our staff for their cooperation and dedication, to our frontline staff for excellence in member service, to our back office staff for keeping our operations running smoothly in spite of ever-increasing complexities, and to our executive team for their leadership and inspiration. I'd like to introduce the following executive team members. Sherry Shockley, our Chief Financial Officer. Paul Steelman, our Chief Operations Officer. Ashley Tyre, our Vice President of Human Resources. The Tidemark Federal Credit Union Foundation started its scholarship program in 2014 and has since helped 19 students pursue their college dreams. In total, $25,000 has been dispersed over the past 6 years. All thanks to the private donations from Tidemark Federal Credit Union's Vice Chair, Charles Gleason. This year, our foundation has awarded 2 $1,500 scholarships. In reviewing applications, we considered the following factors: scholastic achievement, school and community activities, awards and other recognitions, work history, essay responses, and letters of recommendation. Please meet our 2020 recipients. Turner Lee attended Sussex Technical High School. Turner plans to attend Delaware Tech and Community College for 2 years, where he will be majoring in business administration and then transfer to the University of Delaware to complete his education. His primary focus is finance. Turner played in the Raven Nation Marching Band. He is a member of the National Honor Society, Business Professionals of America, Student Government Association, and numerous other clubs. Turner also has certifications in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Word Expert, and Accounting 1 and Accounting 2. Abigail Evans attended Cape Henlopen High School. She has been accepted to the University of Delaware, where she plans to study K through 12 education. She would like to start her career in elementary education and eventually end up in the high school level as a science teacher. Abigail was captain of the marching band dance team at Cape and has been studying dance at the Sussex Dance Academy for 14 years. She is a member of the National Honor Society and treasurer of the Cape Future Farmers of America, where she has won awards in the goat arena. Congratulations, Turner and Abigail. We wish you the best in the next chapter of your education. We want to express our sincere thanks to Charles Gleason for his generosity in supporting the educational efforts of the young members of our credit union. Thank you, Charlie. I'll turn the meeting back to John to discuss elections.
I'd like to introduce Tom Ingram, the chairman of the nominating committee, to give a report on the elections.
The nominating committee nominated incumbents Teddy Matthews, Wayne Obermeyer, and George Bush to 3 open seats with 3-year terms on the board of directors. As there were no nominations by petition, the nominees are declared elected by general consent.
Thank you, Tom. Before I ask for adjournment, I'd like to talk a little bit about the people involved in our credit union. It's been a really tough year with this coronavirus. I'd like to apologize for the inconveniences we've had for our staff, for our board members, committee members, and especially you, our owners. We're doing well. You don't have to worry about this credit union. It's very strong. There's a lot of banks and credit unions that are really having a tough time with it right now, but we're doing great. I appreciate everybody coming tonight. Be safe. Take care of your families. I need a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All in favor, click yes. Opposed, click no.
I'll handle a final question while we wait for the vote results. It is my understanding that there are incentives for using the debit card for purchases. Why aren't high balances or usage of the account for other payments considered? This member also referred to security issues involving debit cards. The question refers to our recently announced Tide checking account. We offer high dividend and cashback rewards for signature-based debit or credit card use. When you use your debit or credit card for a transaction, the merchant pays a fee called interchange income to the card issuer. That's us. On average, we earn $1 for each transaction that you sign for, as opposed to using your PIN. We use this income to help pay for your rewards, as well as the extremely high cost of offering card services to our members. Other payments such as checks, ACH, and bill payments do not generate income to us, just expense. As to the security of using a debit card, these cards offer basically the same protections to you as a credit card. You are not responsible for fraudulent transactions if you report them to us in a timely manner, basically within 90 days of receipt of your statement. Once reported, we will generally provide you with provisional credit and then proceed to attempt to recover the funds. We provide you with numerous ways to monitor your card activity for your protection. Online and mobile banking allow you to view your transactions as they occur. You can turn your card on and off with mobile banking card controls. We provide continuous automated monitoring of card activity to spot any activity considered unusual for your account. Back to you, John.
Mr. Secretary, do we have a count on the vote?
Yes, Mr. President, we do. The vote was approved. Counts will be reflected in the minutes of the meeting.
We are adjourned. Thank you to everyone for attending our virtual annual meeting. At the end of the meeting, there will be one survey question about the virtual meeting. Please give us some feedback by responding to the survey. We hope to see you next year. Good night.